Greetings, everybody. In this little segment here, I'm going to talk a little bit about social selling and how to attract and enroll clients into your transformational health and wellness programs. And if we haven't met before, I'm Gio Pensano with One True Calling. And what I do is I work with people in the health and wellness and transformational change work industries to attract clients and to build a successful practice. And today on this short topic of how to use social selling, how to implement a social selling program, it may sound all fancy and everything, but it's really quite simple. And if you're not doing it right now, then hopefully you're going to get some inspiration on how to use these few tips I'm going to give you right now to actually attract clients to you and enroll clients into your health and wellness program. And one of the mistakes that I often see people make with social media, well, a couple of mistakes is one is not really knowing or thinking what it is to create social media content around. And so we're going to solve that problem in this discussion today. The second thing is how to use social media to actually enroll clients, actually get clients. It can be quite frustrating if you're spending all your time, posting on social media, and then if you're like me, you end up spending, an equal amount of time looking at other people's posts, and you end up, kind of using a lot of time on things that really don't bring new clients. So I want to solve that problem for you, how to know what kind of content to create, and then how to use social media channels as a way to actually contact and enroll clients into your program. So the first question is, what kind of content should you create? And I say quite simple. Of course, it does take a little thinking about it, but essentially, the best kind of content that you could possibly create for your audience, particularly, like I said, if you're trying to use social media, not just for posting family pictures and such, which is fine. I do that as well. But if you want to use it to grow your business, the kind of content you want to be posting and creating is educational and entertaining type of content. Now, there's a lot of nuance to it, but at its very basic core, when somebody has a problem and they're looking for a solution, and maybe they're thinking about a few what are the different options, the first thing that they need is information. Is like, what is it that I need? What is the best product for me? And I'll give you a great example. I'm in here in Laguna Beach right now overlooking the ocean, and I got some friends of mine here, some new friends that own this wonderful shop called the Mercababes. And they're a collective of healers, but they also have a lot of products, like crystal products and energy products, and also internal health products. So there is a super interesting little thing. I did a little a reel about this morning. It's called Golden Sun Milk. It's probably a reverse on your screen, but it's an Ayurvedic type of mixture and remedy that is especially formulated for kind of waking you up in the morning and giving you kind of energy that's kind of focused, but not stimulating like caffeine. And of course, this other little side effect, and kind of the way that it works, is it kind of opens up your blood circulation, particularly to your brain. And in the process, because it has a lot of turmeric in it and other ingredients, it reduces inflammation. And so one of the causes of brain fog and low energy is inflammation, and your body is not circulating what it needs. Anyways, I go in the shop one day and I see this little thing, and it looks interesting enough, but it's kind of expensive. And it's got a little information on it. And I asked the folks in the store, they know a little bit about it, but not fully. And so what did I need? Well, I kind of did what you have to do sometimes, which is to take a leap of faith, because I didn't have all the information that I needed. So you see, the point that I'm getting to is when it comes to whatever it is that you do, if you could provide knowledge and information to educate your clients about the problems that they have and what it is that will solve those problems. And of course, you want to be speaking about what you do and providing that educational kind of content, and do that on a consistent basis. And guess what will happen? Well, you'll start to get people starting to follow you because they're like, tell me more. I got a little something, and what happens? I don't know if this happens to you, but you get something like that, and you got a problem, and it kind of sticks in your head. You're like, you start thinking about it, and then because what happens with a problem? Typically, a problem that is problematic kind of keeps you up at night sometimes, and so when you get a little solution, you watch a little piece of social media content, and it gives you a suggestion. And of course, I'm not talking about misleading people. Don't do that. But you give them some educational content. That educational content is quite valuable. And it's valuable to them, but it's valuable for the growth of your business. And this is actually how online transformational health and wellness programs are sold and how they become successful. It is not through websites. People almost never buy programs on a website because they don't have the kind of ongoing educational content. Sometimes people do a good job of blogs, and certain people will do some pretty good consistent and ongoing content on their websites. But that's really what social media is so good for, because it's like a free TV channel. And there's so many ways that you could create the content, right? You could do live streams, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm just talking to you, talking to my camera, really. Talking to my iPhone is actually what I'm doing. But you can create free educational TV channels on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. And in fact, I think I'm streaming to 2 of them right now, to Facebook and to YouTube at the same time, using a tricky little piece of software that's pretty easy to use, actually. But anyways, that is the way to build your following, is through these kinds of creation of media content. And I am a little interested, if you're getting what I'm putting down here, leave a little comment if you're able to in the live stream, and I will kind of look and see if I get any of those comments coming up, because I'm curious what kind of a field of health and wellness you are in right now, because if I know that, I can talk to it. So let me tell you about the second piece, because I don't want to keep you here all day. But let me tell you the second piece, and this is where it kind of drives me crazy. I see people creating some really great content on social media that's pretty interesting and pretty educational, but not using it to convert and to actually get sales. And there's a couple of different ways to do it, and like I said, I'm not going to keep you here all day, but one of the channels that is kind of crazy that all social media is connected to now is, well, not all social media, but I'm going to say almost all that I know, or the main ones that I know, Facebook, Instagram, they both have a chat messenger. And so if you simply ask the question, are you finding it interesting, what I'm talking about? What kind of problems are you having in this area? What have you tried? What books have you read? What kinds of programs have you enrolled in already? And you kind of engage your audience like that. You ask questions. And the people that engage are often the ones that are really interested in talking to you. They want to talk to you. And so you can simply reach out through a messenger, through chat selling is what we call it. And I can tell you myself that I have bought a number of professional services this way. I got my accountant this way. I got my VA. If a 23-year-old young person in the Philippines can do this, I think you can do it too. Because that's exactly how I got my VA, and he has been amazing to me. He's not working with me right at the moment because we're taking a little break. But man, my VA did this exact thing that I'm talking about. A 23-year-old could do this process of chat selling, which is simply a way of reaching out and saying, do you need some help in this area? Are you this kind of business? Do you have this kind of problem? And now there is some nuance to it, because sometimes people come off and they're like spammers, and you know what I'm talking about, because I get them all the time, and they start off the chat conversation with, how's your day going? And I'm like, I know right away, that's a scam, right? You just know, like, what's coming next. How's your day, sweetie? No. So yeah, there's a lot of spam and problematic things that are going on chat cell and scams and things like that. So you do got to be careful, and you also got to be nuanced and have some good emotional, intelligent skills and empathy skills to know how to engage somebody in a conversation. But like I said, if a 23-year-old in the Philippines could do it, I think you could do it too. And also, if, like I said, I got my accountant that way, and you know how accountants are. They're kind of detail folks. They're not usually real chatty folks. But my accountant, who I love, I'm so glad that he used this method that I'm talking to you about right now. And he reached out to me, and I don't know what he opened that conversation with, but he did it in the right way, in such a way that I did not think that this was going to be a scam. I thought, this is somebody who has got something that I am needing right now, because, man, I was needing a new accountant, and he came at the time when I kind of had a pain because I didn't have a good accountant. I had an old one that was doing some crappy work for me, and I just wanted to get rid of them. And he asked at that right point in time, which is, one of the things just to know about chat selling, too, which is a lot of people are going to say no thank you, and that's okay. And that is often because of one or two things. Either they don't need what you're offering, or they do need what you're offering, but the timing is just not quite right. So anyways, that is what I got for you. Create some educational content you could record it and create some videos like that, or you could do live streams like I'm showing you right now. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is a little bit of inspiration in terms of what could be expected in this process that I'm telling you, because I do spend a little time online, because that's what I do, right? I help people with their social media, their content marketing, their websites, and all different things in related to health and wellness. But one of the people I came across, and I call this person a new acquaintance, maybe I call them a friend. I really like this person a lot because I had been following her, and I had been following her and her husband's adventures on social media. And they are sailing across the ocean. They're going here, they're going there, living the fancy lifestyle. And I'm like, well, she probably found herself a rich husband or something, And well, I was glad to have my misconceptions completely burst when we did have a little chat conversation. And come to find out, I knew that she did some tarot reading. What I didn't know is that she has a 6-figure tarot reading practice that she does from all these fancy locations around the world. And the thing that makes her so successful is that she does so many live streams on Instagram that provide so much value that by the time you've been following her for a while, and if you got the need for some intuitive decision making in your own life, she would be the person you would go to. And people do go to her and pay her a little chunk of change. And the people that maybe either can't afford it or they're whatever, not ready to jump on in and be a client for her, they get so much value from those live streams that she does. And here's another little secret. You could also create a little extra stream of income, which she does as well, by having a little low-cost subscription type of thing that you could set up through Patreon, or you could set it up through many other channels. Instagram has it, YouTube has it, where your subscribers for a small fee, like $10, something like that, can get access to a little special content. And you'd be surprised at how much that adds up to. So you got your main, let's say, high-ticket clients and customers coming to you, but then you got your subscribers who are getting they're paying you a small amount each month, a monthly subscription, and that is how you do it. So if you found this helpful, like I said, there is quite a nuance to it. You may be able to take what I just told you and jump right on into it, but I know it took me a bit of training to get the nuance to it, and it is so worth it because particularly if you're selling a high ticket program, anything. I don't know. I usually think of, anything above $500. I like programs more in the $2,000 to $3,000 range that you're really solving important problems for people. And you could sell it exactly how I just described. And that is how it's done, my friends. That is how most programs are being sold. Oh, yes, people are using Facebook advertising as well and YouTube advertising as well. But that is usually not done until somebody is making at least $30,000 a month. And that is kind of the point between you know what you're doing and you're ready to kind of grow a little bit bigger and you're ready to use some advertising. But when you're a little bit smaller, you're just starting out, this social selling is the way that it is done. And if you'd like to get some help with that a little bit, or if you'd like to talk to me personally about it, you can leave a little comment down in the chat stream, in the comment section. Let me know kind of what area that you work in and leave a comment, clients. And I'll reach out to you and we'll have a little chat on the phone, a little 15-minute call, and see if I can help you. That's about what I got for you today. And if you found some good value, leave a comment below, because I just love to know that people are getting value on what I'm talking about here. So I hope you did